Hey team, we are starting a new series this Sunday. It is our last series of this Bible study year. And I am sure if you look at your kids today and you think back to how they were at the beginning of this Bible study year, they have grown so much. I had a first grader on Sunday tell me that they should probably be in a second grade class because they're basically a second grader. And I love that they are so confident in how they are growing and they are so ready for the next thing. And I am so excited that the thing that we get to end this year on is the names of God. Our series is called Zoom, which just seems so fitting after this year, but this is not talking about the video meeting software. It is talking about zooming in, like with a magnifying glass, because we're zooming in on the names of God, and we'll keep coming back to this idea that each name gives us a small clue to the big picture of who God is. So because it is detective themed, when you come into your classroom, you have mystery folders on your whiteboard with each week's mystery, and you have that sentence at the top of your board. Each name gives us a small clue to the big picture of who God is. Every single week, that mystery folder will have the supplies you need to solve that week's mystery about that name of God. So for week 1, you could pull it off the board, and inside of it, you will always have 3 things. First of all, you will have your clues. Now, these clues, your curriculum tells you to hide before kids arrive, and then before your lesson to tell them to go search for clues. If that doesn't work as well for your kids and you need to just hand them out before the lesson, or if it's something where you have some kids cover their eyes while other kids hide them each week, totally up to you. Do what works for your class. You will have your clues and your decoders. The next thing you will have is the letters that spell out the name of God that you are learning that week. So for the week 1, it would be Elohim. You have 4 sets, so you can do these in table groups, or you can pass them out and have them line up to try to spell it out as many times as they can, or you can do it as a relay or a race to spell it. Use this however you want. Typically, it's written as one of the last or the last activities in your curriculum, but because of how parents pick up, I would recommend making sure you do it before 10:30. And then the last thing you have in your folder is a puzzle piece. Because every single week, kids will get a puzzle piece, and it together will spell out the word God by the end of the series. It would look something, mine's a little broken right now, but something kind of like that. Now, the pieces that they get won't be in order, but they will get all of those pieces as they come. So after every single week, please do not turn these puzzle pieces in. Instead, just stick them in your clear bucket, so that way you have them for kids that come later, because it's not fun having a puzzle that doesn't have all of the pieces. At the end of your Bible study class that day, stick the puzzle pieces in your clear bucket, trash your letters, trash your clues, but make sure to keep your red decoder papers because you will use these every single week. So you can leave these on the whiteboard or stick them in the next week's folder, mystery folder, so that you have them ready to go. The other thing for this series is that our memory verse is very long, but it is such a wonderful and beautiful verse from the Bible. It's from Ephesians, and it's long, but it talks about how God has elevated Jesus and how great his name is. So instead of having multiple bonus activities like we typically have for other series, you have this set of magnifying glass cards that have words for the memory verse on them. So that way, if you finish whatever you're doing and you have time left, you'll have 2 sets of these, so you can just take them and you can do it as a matching game or as a race or as something timed, because our whole verse is more than a few lines, but it talks about Jesus' name and how he is worthy of worship, and what an incredible thing to hide in our hearts. As we go through this series, because it is the end of the year, I would love to have your help with a little bit of spring cleaning. So in your book, at the very back of it, you'll notice all of our curriculum changes just like normal, but every single week it starts with one spring cleaning item. So week 1 is having your class go through the markers. Make sure each box has every color. Come to the hallway table to grab any that you need. And every single week, we'll just do one little thing to get the classroom ready for the next grade that's going to come up into it. Guys, I am so thankful for you, and I'm so excited to finish out the year with you learning the names of God. I'll see you Sunday.